Hi everybody, this is Mrs. Clark and I am going to show you how to find factors, what factors are, and how to tell if a number is prime or composite. Anyone can do it, it just takes a little bit of patience and perseverance. Let's start. I'm going to do the number 12, and first step is to write the number and put a T-chart underneath it. It's called a T-chart because it looks like the letter T. The first factor is so easy, it will always, no matter what, be the number 1. And then this is for what I multiply 1 by to get to 12. So when we're talking about factors, factors are the numbers you can multiply to make a number. So we're trying to find all the ways to multiply to get to 12. If you're used to looking at a multiplication chart, you would look for the numbers along the side that would create 12 in the middle. And in a fact triangle, it would be the numbers at the bottom of the triangle that multiply to make 12 at the top. You can also do equal groups. I know that one group of 12 is 12. You can also make an array. I know that one row of 12 is 12. So 1 times 12 is 12. The next step is to come over here and just keep going. So you need to check your 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s. You need to check every number, but you won't be doing it for too long because once you see a number that you've already gotten, you can actually stop. So we're going to check our 2s. And the question is 2 a factor? And if so, 2 times what equals 12? So we're talking about, can we put 2 at the bottom of a triangle to get to 12? Is 2 times something equal to 12, yes or no? Another way to think of it, can I take 12 and make 2 equal groups to equal 12? Can I make an array and put 12 in 2 equal rows, yes or no? There is a shortcut here. If the number is even, then 2 is a factor. Because I can do 2 times something to make an even number, and you can divide even numbers among 2 friends or 2 groups. So since 12 is even, we actually already know that yes, 2 is a factor. The question is 2 times what equals 12? So here's some ways to figure it out. You can draw 2 groups, and you're making equal groups, so then you would just put 12 equally into these groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then you would just count how many are in each group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means that 2 times 6 equals 12. 2 groups of 6 is 12. This is my other factor. Here's another way to figure that out. If I was trying to figure out my 2 times what equals 12, I could skip count my 2's until I got to 12 and then see how many times I had to do it. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. How many times did I have to skip count to get to 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Therefore, 2 times 6 equals 12. So 2 and 6 are factors of 12. All right, so we have 1 and 12 and 2 and 6. Now, the thing about finding factors is you just have to keep going. So we have to try our 3 now and see if 3 is a factor of 12. So same process. We are trying to figure out, can you do 3 times something to get to 12? If you make 3 groups, can you have an equal number in each to get to 12? If you skip count your 3's, will you hit 12? So let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have equal groups in here, so yes, 3 times something got us to 12. 3 groups with 1, 2, 3, 4 in each. That means 3 times 4 equals 12. Which means 3 and 4 are factors of 12. Another way to do that would have been to skip count your 3's, see if you hit 12, and then how many times did you have to skip count to get there. 3, 6, 9, 12. So 3, skip counted 1, 2, 3, 4 times was 12, therefore 3 times 4 is 12. So we'll write 3 and 4. So normally we would say, oh, keep going. But remember earlier I said, once you hit a number you already have, you can stop. So what I mean by that is I checked my 1s, my 2s, my 3s. Next I would check my 4s, but there's already a 4 there. So I actually don't need to keep going, and I'm done for good. Once you are about to check a number that's already on your chart, you're done. So these are my factor pairs of 12. 1 times 12, 2 times 6, and 3 times 4. And my factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. All right. Is 12 prime or composite? So a prime number is a number that only has 2 factors, one in itself. So the T-chart would be very lonely and it would just have this. A composite number has more than 2 factors. So a composite number has these and more. Therefore, 12 is composite because it has more than 2 factors. In fact, it has 6 factors. Therefore, it's composite. All right? If you get it and you're feeling confident, you can stop the video. I'm going to do one more, so stick around if you'd like to see one more. Let's do the number 24 because it has a lot of factors, so it's a good one to try. Step 1 is to write the number at the top and make a T-chart. The first factor pair you should already know because it is always, always, always 1 times whatever number you're doing. So our first factor pair for 24 is 1 times 24. Next, we need to check our 2's. All right, so that's how we do it. Check 2, check 3, check 4, keep going. Remember that rule with the 2's that if the number's even, 2 is a factor? Is 24 even? Yes. So since 24 is even, that means 2 is a factor. The question is 2 times what equals 24. So I encourage you to try this along with me and pick the strategy you like. So do you want to do equal groups and divide 24 into it? Do you want to start skip counting your 2's until you get to 24? I want you to pause the video and try it, and then unpause and see how I do it and see if you got the correct factor here. All right, but I'm going to give it a try. I like the skip counting method. I think it's faster. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Now I need to see how many times did I skip count 2 to get to 24. So 2 times what was 24? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2 times 12 is 24. You can check this because if we're saying 12 2 times is 24, we're saying 12 plus 12 is 24. So you can double check it too. If you used the groups, then you should have 12 in each group. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and then I should have 12 in each group. Therefore, 2 times 12 equals 24. Okay, so far we have 2 factor pairs, so we can already say that it's a composite number because we got past just this. But we do need to keep going. So now we're going to check our 3's. And the question is 3 a factor? And we don't write it in yet until we know. So, is 3 a factor of 24? Can you multiply 3 times something to get to 24? Let's find out. So, you can do equal groups, 3 groups, and divide 24 up among them and see if you get it even or not. You can also skip count your 3's and hit 24 Pause the video, give it a try. All right, I'm going to skip count my 3s and see if I hit 24 or not. I did hit it. That means 24 is a multiple of 3, and that 3 is a factor of 24. The question is, 3 times what got us to 24? So let's count them. 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 times 8 equals 24, which means if you took 24 and divided it up, you would have 8 in each of these boxes. So 3 times 8 is 24. Can we stop? We cannot stop. We can't stop until we get a number that we've already seen before. So we actually have to keep it going. Check our 4s. That's our next one. But we won't write it down until we know. Is 4 a factor of 24? Can you do 4 times something to get to 24? Can you make 4 groups and divide 24 equally among them? Can you skip count your 4s and hit 24? Pause the video and give it a try. Whew, I hit 24. So 4 times 1 would be 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 3 is 12, but 4 times what is 24? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 times 6 equals 24. So if I divided up 24, I would have 6 in each of these. We can't stop yet because we don't have a number. The next number we're trying isn't on here. So we have to try our 5s. Once we get to 6, we can stop because there's a 6 there. So is 5 a factor of 24, meaning can you multiply 5s to get to 24? Can you divide 24 equally into 5 groups? Can you skip count your 5s to hit 24? I want you to give it a try. Pause the video and then come back. Okay, I'm skip counting and I did not hit 24. I skipped right over it, which means you cannot multiply 5 to get to 24. It is nope, no go. You would also notice if you use the group method that when you finished, they would be uneven and it wouldn't actually be equal groups. And if it's not equal groups, it's not multiplication and it's not division. Therefore, it's not factoring. Let me show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So these ones all have 5 in them, and this one only has 4. So therefore, I can't get equal groups with my 5s. 5 is not a factor, so we're not going to put it down. So we checked our 1s, our 2s, our 3s, our 4s, and our 5s. Next we would check our 6s, and we already have a 6, so that's how we know we can stop. That means we don't ever have to check our 7s, or our 9s, or our 10s, or our 11s. As soon as we got up to 6, we saw it there, and we can stop. So the factor pairs of 24 are 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, and 4 times 6. But the actual factors of 24 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 factors and 4 factor pairs. Looking at this, is it prime or composite? And how do you know? It's composite because it has more than 2 factors. So it has more than just these 2. Look at all of these factor friends it has. So I hope that is helpful to you. Please let me know if you have any questions, and that is how we find the factors of a number. Anybody can do it. It just takes a little bit of time.